Welcome back to Brush Up Your Game. Today, a look back, a re-review of the I.K.S. Bamoth. This was a booster for the Collective OP series. And it's a Katinga class. It's nothing amazing, but it's an interesting ship. Named ability here, you can perform a red maneuver while there's an auxiliary power token beside your ship. That's an ability I like. I think it's useful. You can double up. And anytime you can double up, pull a trick on your opponent. Pull a turn into a come about, and then do a turn, and a turn. And having access to those 3 turns, it gives you some different maneuver options. It's not amazing, but I would say perhaps the most useful option you get is a come about followed by a come about. Now, you do still suffer from an additional auxiliary power token, so you're going to have to work that off. It's not the most advantageous for removing auxiliary power. You don't have tons and tons of green maneuvers, but you have a few. And, the Katinga's not a terrible class. It's not a bad space frame. 4143 with Cloak and Sensor Echo. This gives you good options. It's crew double weapon tech. I think I might like it better with double crew weapon tech. Klingons just don't have tons to take advantage of double weapons. But yeah, at least it does have a cloak slot, which is nice for Klingon cloaking device, cloaked mines if you want to go that way. You got some choices. Now the generic is down at 16, so you figure, okay, a repriced named ship is a little more reasonable. We got Captain Canera, skill 7 for 4 points, and that's reasonable. Action, target a ship at range 1 to 2. Target ship may choose to disable one of its crew upgrades of its choice. If the target ship chooses not to disable a crew upgrade of its choice, or it doesn't have crew upgrades that are not already disabled, you gain +1 attack die to all of your attacks against that ship this round. So I have a couple of issues with this. One, you're telegraphing who you're attacking. 2, it's essentially an action to get a bonus attack die. And your opponent probably looks at you and goes, yeah, okay, fine, whatever. Take your extra attack die. What I do like about it is you have the potential to be disabling crew. And anything you can do to chip away at crew and putting disable tokens on them is helpful. If you're slowing down your opponent's action economy, it's potentially viable. Canera is not as bad as I first thought. I don't love him by any means, but I don't hate him. I find him at least mildly playable. That doesn't make him great by any means, but I think it puts him in the you can find a place for him. Next up, we have the talent Kapla, and this is for 2 points. During the roll attack dice step of the combat phase, before rolling any of your attack dice, you may discard this card to select one of your attack dice and set it on the side of your choice. So you're going to set it to a crit. I did like using Kapla with the elite attack die and setting it to double hit. That was a fun combo. But essentially, this is set a die to a crit. Now, if you have a weapon that takes advantage of rolled crits, this is this can work for you, or like crits bypassing shields going to the hull of an enemy ship. It's something. I don't think it's everything. I think this is probably better as a 1-point talent. But I have no issues with the card as printed. It's a point too expensive for me. We got photon torpedoes. They're nothing special. And we're going to move on. Then we got Tritium Intermix. This is a 4-point tech action. Discard the card, flip over all of your critical damage cards face down, then repair 1 damage to your ship's hull. You may perform an evade action as a free action this round. And I love everything about this card. I like flipping crits down. I like repairing a damage. I like getting a free evade out of it. I find it just a touch expensive. I think at 3, great deal. at 4, just a bit overpriced. And then Kunivas. Kunivas, during the modified attack dice step of the combat phase, you may discard this card to add 1 additional hit result. Great ability. Again, 1 point card, not a 2. It's just an extra hit. That's it. Overall, though, this is an interesting pack. I like the cards. They bring some neat ideas, some neat game design principles here. They're just a touch expensive. Or a touch just weird, like Canera. I think this was my favorite of the booster series. I definitely liked having a 4 attack dice ship. That could cloak. It felt right to me. But yeah, I enjoy what's here. I think this is a good one. And if you can track it down, by all means, go for it. So, all right. Thank you all for watching. Till next time, keep brushing up your game. Take care.